Hey, this is Joe with PrepAgent, and I'm here with my friend Matthew. Matthew, how's it going?
Just find yourself?
Good. Are you excited to become a real estate professional?
Yes, very much so.
So, just so everybody knows, Matthew's the youngest guy I've ever had to do this with. How old are you?
19. I just turned 19 in October, so
Congratulations, you're truly a man now. 19. Ready to take on the world. So, good for you. You're going to be the
yeah.
next real estate mogul before you know it. But before you do that, like everybody else, you know what you have to do. What do you have to do?
I've passed my wonderful exam.
You have to pass the exam. Exactly. Doesn't matter if you're 19 or 92. It's all level playing field, right? No advantages there.
Yeah.
So let's get going with this. So I really don't know where Matthew's at with everything. So I decided to do a more general thing. I decided to do something a little unique with you today. I mentioned this to you before we got on this call. And one thing I
hmm
want to try, do you like crosswords?
Not really, but I'll definitely do them.
Thank you. Thank you for your enthusiasm and your honesty, by the way. Excellent. So we're going to try a crossword here, and then we'll try some other things to review a lot of concepts in one session. So let's just try. If you don't like it, we'll move on to something else, okay? All right, so
Okay.
let's look at this first word here, cross. Can you read it out loud for me?
A
Awesome.
legal document that is signed and delivered, especially one regarding the ownership of property or legal rights.
Okay, so a legal document that is signed and delivered, especially one regarding the ownership of property legal rights. Do you know what that is?
Isn't that title?
Close. It's not title, so this is where the crossword comes in that you don't like. You get hints. So it's a four-letter word.
Deed?
Nice. Okay, good. All right, so we got the first one. So you went to title first. Why'd you go to title as your first option there?
Honestly, I have no clue other than that those were something it's signed and conveyed to others.
Okay, so here's the difference I need you to get. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Title is ownership. Deed is evidence of a transfer.
Okay.
That's the key difference to things.
Okay, so as in it's a legal document would be the deed and then title is
Well, they're both documents. Just one represents
oh,
ownership and one represents evidence of a transfer.
okay. All right.
Okay? So there's a key difference there. But you were definitely on the right track. You were thinking in the right zone. So I'm happy you did that. But it's a key difference there. You got to know. Okay, next one. Four across. What does that say?
An agency where a buyer is represented by the same brokerage firm that has the listing.
Okay. So what do you think? Four-letter word.
Is it dual agency?
Let's see. Feel like Vanna White here. I don't know if you know who that is. Might be a little. Good. Dual agency. Excellent. So it's a dual agent. Okay. Got that.
hmm
So tell me about a dual agent. What do you know about a dual agent?
Um, it's the it's when an agent has both the buyer and the seller and acts as a it has fiduciary duties to both parties and does not try to manipulate either parties and puts them through escrow at the same time,
Can,
obviously.
can I ask you something?
Sure.
Can you have two separate agents and still be involved in a dual agency?
No, it's specifically one agent's job.
No, you were doing great at the
No?
beginning.
Am
And
I wrong?
um,
Isn't it a dual agency when it's yeah, okay.
well, here I'll explain
By
to you.
all means,
When you are an agent, okay, who do you
yeah,
work under? Who's legally responsible?
your brokerage
Okay, excellent. Do you see where I'm
or your
going with this?
broker.
So the
Okay.
brokerage is the one who actually has the deal, right? Not the agent.
Um, okay.
Okay, so now how could there be two different agents, but it still be a dual agency? What do you think?
It's same broker that's tying it all together.
Excellent, good. Because remember, on paper, the broker represents the buyer and the broker represents the seller, even though the
Yeah.
broker never met any of them. But the broker,
It's
at the
it's
end of
the
the day, is legally responsible.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent, good. Okay, let's look at number six. What does that say?
Um, Annual crops produced by cultivation legally belonging to the tenant with the implied rights for its harvest and are treated as the tenant's property.
Okay, so we got 6 across. Annual crops. It's a big word here. What do you think?
Right now, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. We'll come back to that one. It's the beauty of crosswords, man. Okay, number 9. What do you think of that one?
One who receives property by will.
Okay, so when somebody receives property by will, okay, what's
Is that
yeah?
life estate,
No, 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 no.
or are you talking about inheritance? Inheritance.
You took a wrong turn here, but you're doing well. Okay, so when you receive property by will, one who
Yes.
receives property by will, okay. Well, let me ask you this. Let's go to the OREE rule. Do you know the OREE rule?
Um, yeah, not exactly, but I know that to receive it makes you happy, but it's also like the grantee, the trustee, the beneficiary,
Okay, okay,
and then the
good,
grantor is.
excellent. So let's stop there. So this is receiving, and there's an EE. So we know one who
Mhm.
receives a property by will, whatever the word is, there has to be an EE.
All right, and okay,
You understand what I'm saying? So this will help you pass your
and then
test.
how long is the word?
It's right here. One,
Um,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters.
is it trustee?
No, I'm going to help you with this one. Okay, but the big thing I want you to get is the EE. Okay, so you may have heard this word, may have not. It's called a devisee.
No, I have
Okay,
not heard this word.
right? I got that feeling. That's why I wanted to help you with that one. But let me ask you this: if that person receives the will, who's giving the will?
The divisor.
Too many things going on
No
in my
problem.
phone at once. Okay, the devisor is giving the will. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes,
The
absolutely.
devisee receives. And the reason it's important, I go through this, I think, in every webinar, is that when you're not sure, sometimes it just helps to know who's giving and who's receiving.
And receiving.
Exactly. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Shows that the seller and buyer is serious about purchasing the property. What do you think on that one?
Um, as in like a down payment.
There's a
Uh,
word we're looking for here. You need to know for your exam.
I don't want to say deposit, but it's a
Why not? Why don't you want to say that?
I don't know. Um,
Can you
is it
please say that?
deposit?
Can you say that?
Yeah, it's a deposit.
Excellent. Nice work.
All right.
Good. Yeah. It is. It's a deposit. Perfect. Don't doubt yourself. The feeling I'm getting from you is that you have studied, but you just need to brush up on things, but you got a really good foundation. Like you understand certain things, it's just not totally clear yet. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that's about spot on.
But you're doing well, though. I mean, you've clearly studied, you're on the right track. It's just, you just got to brush up on certain things and you'll be fine. Okay. What does number
12.
12 say?
Types of easement, especially those given to utility companies.
All right. So what do you think that one?
Hmm. I honestly don't know easements that well, so
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Let's start here then, because you don't know easements that well. What is an easement?
isn't an easement such as like allowing someone to walk through your property, or is that,
And that's right. That's right. You're doing well. It's basically the right to cross somebody's property to get to your own.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So you do know a little bit. What is that property called that's being walked on? Do you know?
Um, it's not the dominant. I know that.
Excellent. Good. So you knew the one who's doing the walking. How do you remember that? I kind of give techniques in my other video. Do you remember any of them?
Well, to me, I just remember that it, the person who's allowing someone to walk over it is definitely not actually benefiting from it. and so they're subordinate towards
Here's a better word
the
for you.
person.
Are you
Well,
ready?
okay.
Would you
Yeah.
say they're serving the other person's purpose?
Yes.
Serve. So
So servient.
dominant is dominant. I'm dominant. I'm walking all over your property. I'm dominant, right? Kind of
Yeah.
the word. The other one is called servient when your property is being walked on.
Okay.
So servient and dominant. Okay. Now let's go back to this one here. It says type of easement, especially those given to utility companies. So a utility company needs to cross your property, correct?
Yes.
It's an easement.
And they'd have a dominant easement
Well,
over your property, or is there a specific term that I'm missing?
it's a little tricky. It is. You are missing something. It's a little tricky though. So the catch to this one, the utility company's not going to another property, so there is no dominant tenement.
Um, okay.
So what confused you, and maybe I explained it wrong. Dominant is not a person; it's a property. I just use that analogy to help you remember.
Okay.
Okay, so what this is called is an easement in gross. Okay, it's called an easement in gross. Easement in gross, the key way to remember this is there's no dominant tenement. Okay, like utility companies.
Okay.
All right, we could review that one in another session when we do that later. But that's called an easement
All
in
right.
gross. Okay, there's
All right.
no dominant tenement. Okay,
All right.
all right. Read out loud number 13.
The difference between the current fair market value of the property and the amount the owner still owes on the mortgage.
Okay, the difference between the fair market value and the amount owed. What's that called?
I mean, he has principal in it.
Okay. Here, let's
Um,
use our crossword again. That you're going to start to love this crossword. So 1, 2, 3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6 letter word.
Um, it's obviously.
Do you want to come back to that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we can come
I'll
back.
try to figure something else out.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Insures lenders from loss. Did you study the financing at all?
isn't that kinda, not too much, but
Okay.
it's actually one of the subjects I really struggle with.
All right. No worries. So insures lender from loss. What institution does that? It's a 3-letter abbreviation.
Would it be Fannie Mae?
Close. You're close. It's not that, but you're thinking along the right line.
Am I?
So what we're talking about here,
Could you?
yeah, is the FHA. Have you heard of the FHA before?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the FHA is a program that insures the lenders from loss. Why would they insure the lender from
Yeah.
loss? Why would they do that?
Um, so you have security in your home, and that more homes will be sold.
Yeah, you're getting around to it because the idea is that we want the lenders to lend people money. But not everybody
Yes.
can qualify for these great loans. So the government has this FHA program that says if these people qualify and there's certain requirements to qualify, the government will insure the lender from loss. Point is, it doesn't insure the person who is borrowing the money, it insures the lender.
Okay.
And this get involved in the secondary market, which I have a video on you can watch, or we'll talk about in another webinar. But the key thing I want you to remember is that FHA insures the lender. It insures the lender from loss. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good. All right. All right, let's go down now. What does this one say going down?
Threats, violence, constraints, and other actions brought to bear on someone to do something against their will or better judgment.
Okay, so if I threaten you to do something, like sign this contract or else you're going to get it,
Duress.
man. What is
It's
that?
signing under duress.
Let's see if you're right. Bam. Excellent. Good. You're signed under duress. Well done. Okay.
All right.
The action of going out. That's a tough one. Well, to give you a hint, it's referring to easements. Do you even know anything about this one?
No, I'll be honest on that one. I have no clue.
Okay, so let's come back to it. I'll help you a little later with that one. We'll come back to it. Okay, number 3. Read
A
that
right to
one.
cross, or otherwise use someone else's land for a specified purpose. So an easement.
See if you're right. Bam. Nice work.
Alrighty.
Okay, are you liking this crossword idea a little more? We're going through stuff, filling it out.
Yeah, yeah. It's not
Okay,
too bad.
you're warming up to it. Okay. A right to cross.
Money owed.
Okay, number 4. Money owed. What's that?
Debt, but
Let's see if that works. Boom. Debt. Nice.
all right, cool.
Yeah, now we're moving. One who disposes of property by will. So we went over this before.
Okay, one who receives. Okay, so this would be your divisor, right?
Let's see.
Or not divisor, but yeah, okay, it is divisor. I was just making sure I was using the right word.
Well, we'll see. We don't know yet. This is very exciting.
Oh, all right.
Bam. Nice work.
All right.
Okay. But the important thing is when I
To
went over
know
this
who's.
before, and the reason I love this example with you is because you may not have known about divisor, divisee, and all this, but what was one thing you should have been looking for in order to pass your exam?
Who was giving and who was receiving
Excellent. That's the
their.
first thing you want to look for is who's giving, who's receiving. There's a good chance you see those options in your exam, and you may not know what they are. And the other options may be something like grantor, grantee, or lessor. You'd be like, I know this doesn't have to do with leases, obviously, and it doesn't have to do with deeds. So this other one must be about wills. I've never heard of it, and I know the ORE rules, so I'll break it down to one of those, and then you're good to go.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
really
agree.
try and keep that rule in mind. I emphasize it all the times. I really think it helps people pass the exam in situations where sometimes they may run into trouble. Okay, so here we go. All right, 8.
Um,
Oh, terrible spelling.
uh,
Okay,
the reversion of property to the state or in federal law to a lord on the owner's dying without legal heirs. Oh, this is escheat, right?
let's see. Okay, so what's that? That is 8, 8 down,
Mm-hmm.
and it starts with the E. So now this crossword should be getting a little easier, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice, escheat. Good work. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Generally refers to money held by a third party on behalf of transacting parties. Escrow.
Boom, nice, escrow.
All right. All right. Yeah, crossword's kind of fun.
All right, so before you're like, this is terrible. Now you're like, oh, I get it. It's kind of enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. Oh, you just did that one.
15.
I'm sorry. Number 15. You just did that. Number 10.
Yeah, no problem. A listing where the commission paid is based upon the amount received over a designated price.
What do you
Listing where
think?
the commission paid is based upon the amount received. Um, Maybe I'm just overthinking this.
Okay.
It's listing where it's based upon. Oh, this is in terms of like what we actually get paid for, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I'll give you a hint. This is not legal in every state.
It's not legal.
Well, no, you're learning
Um,
terms for things that are illegal too, like duress and threat. It's
yeah. Okay. Um, can I see how long it is?
sure. Okay, so we've got 15 across,
It's
15 down. It's
15
right here
down and it's really short.
with
Um,
E in the middle.
I'm not sure, and I don't think I know this one.
Once I tell you, you're going to be like, oh, I totally should have known that.
Probably.
Yeah, I think you will. It's a net listing.
Um,
Have you
yeah,
heard that before?
yeah, wow. Uh-huh, yeah,
Am I right? Once I said that, you're like, oh, I should have got that one. So,
yeah.
okay,
That's
so tell me what a net listing is.
a net listing is, isn't it typically when it's held under large properties or like a realtor can kind of manipulate a net listing in terms of selling property or buying property and selling it to someone? Or am I way off?
You're not way off, but
I'm thinking of,
you're way too complicated. Okay, so if I sell it for 500 grand, okay, and the
okay.
buyer wants to make 500 grand. Excuse me, the seller. The seller wants 500 grand. How much money do I make in a net listing?
Oh, zero,
Exactly.
because it's exactly 500. So you're not gonna give that seller that offer if it's only for 500.
Now you got it. And now you see why it's illegal and it's kind of shady in a lot of states.
Yeah,
Because
because
there's a conflict of interest there. If that buyer says, I want 500 grand, offer presents 500 grand, I'm in a moral dilemma, like you just stated. Like, the seller will be happy. However, I'm not going to make anything. And that's not fair to me. I just
ex-
spent all this time here. So I may reject that offer for my own self interest and look to get the offer for 510. And you see the problem with that.
yeah,
And the
yeah,
issue is a lot of states just say there's an inherent conflict of interest here because you're going to try and get an offer above and beyond that 500 grand. Well, in doing that, you may reject a perfectly good offer for the seller for that reason you just stated perfectly.
yeah.
Okay, and that's a net listing. All right, let's see what else we got here. So we did 15. All right, so what do
That's
we leave
pretty.
out here? We left out.
Two down, six across, and 13 across.
Okay, so let's first look at two down. The action of going out. So I'll tell you there's ingress and egress. We can talk about easements. Okay, ingress and egress. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm just going to give you this one.
It would
Ingress.
be egress because of the E.
Well, no, don't
Okay.
get into that one. It's just different. That has to do with the end.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ingress is going in. Just remember the in going in. Egress is going out.
And this is out.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Now we have
what else are we
6
missing?
across. So now you got
Six
some hints
across.
here. You got some words here being filled in. An E, a B, an E, and an E.
Yeah. Um. I'm still not gonna get this one.
Okay. So let's read the question again, okay? Maybe we could use it as a teaching point for some other things. Read that number 6
Uh,
across again.
Annual crops produced by cultivation legally belonging to the tenant with the implied right for its harvest and are treated as the tenant's property.
Okay, so it's
Um.
crops. First,
Yeah.
what is personal property?
It's movable.
That's an easy way to remember, but let's get more technical. When you say that, what do you mean?
Um. It's theirs, and they're gonna keep it when they move, or unless they
Good, good. So
don't
it
want
goes with
to.
the person. Another way to remember that is personal property goes with the person. Okay? So what
Yes.
we're talking about here is if you're a farmer and you rent land and you grow crops there, what this is implying is that when you grow those crops, they're your crops. So you get to take them with you. They go with the person, okay? Their personal property.
Yes.
And what these are called is emblements, okay?
Okay. All right.
So you just have to learn that term.
Implement. All right.
Yeah. Okay, now we got 13 across down low. The difference between current fair market value and the amount owed. So you have a property that you sell for 500 grand. You owed 400 grand. There's left over 100 grand. What's that 100 grand called?
I'm so drawing a blank on this one.
It's okay, it's okay.
I'm sorry about that.
No, don't worry. It's called equity.
Equity.
Have you
Got
heard
it.
that term
Yeah.
before?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's equity, right?
Equity
So,
is.
yeah, so I think even in this crossword, we covered a lot of stuff that you learned a bunch. What do you think?
I think it's good. It's just, you definitely feel a little dull when you don't know net or equity.
That's why we're doing this, though. And it's why I'm so grateful we're doing it, the webinar, so everybody else could learn just like you did when you watched. So don't feel, as you put it, dull. It's a process. Gotta learn. Plus, remember, you just turned 19. Come on. You're doing great. Okay. And this
All
is a
right.
little harder for you because other people who've rent houses in their lives, bought stuff, they come across these terms a little more. So it's a little more challenging for you because you're really learning this stuff brand new because this stuff doesn't come up in your everyday life. So just be a little
No.
patient and you'll be great. Okay? All right. Do you want to try one more
All
crossword?
right. I don't see why not.
Okay, we'll try that. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Number one. What does it say?
Um, Transfer of
Property.
property, I assume,
Usually, yeah. There you go.
from one to another. Um,
Okay, so we got big word here. Let's come back to that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a broad term
Right.
in my
Evidence
mind.
that transfers that deed. Right? So we're getting a little different word here.
Yeah.
Okay, money used to create income. You hear it a lot with business.
Money used to create income, as in,
I'm going to give you this one. This one also.
this
Yeah. Don't worry about this one. Don't worry. Ah, no, I clicked on the wrong one. You didn't
agency.
see that. You didn't see that. I clicked on the wrong
Agency?
one.
All right.
I meant to click on 7 across. Oh, man. I numbered this one wrong. You lucked out here. I think I messed up the numbering on this one. My bad.
Okay. All right.
Terrible, terrible job on my part. Here we go.
I'm really not that worried.
I know.
I just wish I knew these things off the top of my head.
Okay, 8. One who's authorized to act for another. What do you think?
Isn't that an attorney in fact?
Nope. Whoa. I see where you're going with that. Different. Think very basic. What are you going to become?
Um, an agent,
So one who's authorized to act for another is what?
a real estate agent.
So just the technical term
Yeah,
we're looking for here. There you go. Boom.
agent.
There. Awesome. Okay.
All right.
So we got that one. Okay. 10. An amount paid, usually a percentage, as compensation for a service. What do you think?
Amount paid usually in percentages. Um, it's not consideration, right? Or no, that's a commission.
Oh, no. See, here we go. Nice. Good work.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Now you said the word consideration. What is that?
Consideration doesn't have to be necessarily money, but it's accepting terms for an offer or something.
Okay.
You're agreeing to the terms, as in like verbally or something. You're saying that yes, this is fine with me and I want to do it, and it often is linked to money for some reason.
Well, because people like money. That's why, for some reason. Can I
Oh,
ask you a question?
sure.
Consideration is one of the four essentials of a valid contract. Can you tell me the other three?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Capacity, capacity, consideration, and that's honestly all I know.
You know more. You know more.
Off
Do we have to agree?
without. Yes.
Okay, so you got mutual consent.
Capacity agreement. Yeah, mutual consent, capacity,
So,
consideration, and
yes, you got capable parties, mutual consent, consideration, and there's a big one. Can I hire you to
um,
kill somebody?
no,
Why not?
it's illegal, unfortunately. So it's valid. Or
So it has to be lawful. So offer and acceptance, consideration, lawful object, and capable parties.
okay,
All right? So when you think through that one logically, you totally will get it. You'll absolutely get it, okay? So just relax, think about that one. It makes sense. You got to agree. Everybody's got to be capable, has to be lawful, right? And there has to be consideration. Okay?
okay.
All right.
Capacity agreement, lawful. All right. A
Okay.
voluntary.
Let's go
Do
with
you want
this
me to
one.
do number
Number
one?
five. Five. What does that number mean to you?
It could be a listings price or an
Nope.
offer.
Nope. Nope.
43,560.
That
Um,
is an acre. You got to know that one. An acre.
oh, okay.
Used to define size of property very often. So that's an acre. So we definitely want to know that one. Okay.
That's feet, or
No, it's a unit of
what is that
measurement.
number tied to?
So an acre is 43,560 square feet. Exactly, feet. Yes. So when you practice
Okay.
real estate, you're not going to say a property is 50,000 square feet. You're going to say it's a little over 1 acre because you know an
Yeah.
acre is 43,560.
Okay.
Does that make sense? We've got to know that one. All right.
Um,
Let me pick another one for you. What is a desirable or useful feature of a facility or a building or place? Very common term when you talk about condos,
a desirable or useful feature.
like a pool or a.
Um, is this as in like commonplaces?
It could be.
That
Don't worry about it. So the word we're looking for here is it's a big one. So don't worry. Is amenities. You ever heard of that before?
yes, pretty much all of these terms I've heard, but unless I don't see them on the paper, I'm usually really off of it,
Yeah.
and I also obviously don't have a true understanding.
So let's stop here. Let's go to this page here for a second. Okay? Let's pick off the words you really know, and then we'll know where to go for our next session. How's that sound?
Deal.
Okay. So let's go from top to bottom here. Bundle of rights. Here, so you tell me, you find a word there and see if you can define it for me. Okay?
Bundle of rights is the rights for a buyer, right?
It's the right
They get
to use, possess, enjoy,
buy.
dispose, do whatever you want with it. Okay, so that's the bundle of rights.
Okay.
Okay. What's real property?
Real property is like houses, an acre, or
What's the difference between real property and personal property? Do you know?
Real property is going to be staying, and personal property will be moving along.
Okay. So remember, so we said personal property goes with a person, right?
Yes.
Real
Yes.
property goes with the real estate.
Um,
Just
okay.
easy way to remember. Okay, let's get rid of those here. Which one of these terms do you
Um,
know here?
I think I know most of them.
Okay, so let's go through it. Let's see.
Um, a chattel reel is similar to personal property,
Good.
even if isn't it? Is it like, it's not like blinds, right? But you can definitely take blinds with you, or am I mixing that with, or my bad, you already removed it, but
Well, you
um,
did a great segue. So blinds. So is blinds personal property or real property? What do you think?
they can be both, depending on how it's written in the written for title. But it's typically personal property. Most people take their blinds with them, as in,
Well, let me ask you this. So blinds are personal properties. You're saying it's movable, and that's totally understandable. But those blinds really fit with the window. They're kind of adjusted to that property. In fact, I would say that personal property is now real property. So what would you
okay.
call those blinds now? If they were personal property, that's now real property. What do you think?
Is it a fixture? I
Yes.
know that it's right there.
Right.
And that's because it's adapted, right?
Excellent. Good. How do you know if something's a fixture? What's the memory technique to know?
I think you say Maria, right?
Excellent. Good. And what does Maria stand for?
I don't know the M, but I know adaptability,
Okay, so the M's for method. M's for method.
method adaptability. R is for
Relationship.
relationship. I is,
Intention.
and then the other A, I don't want to say agreement or
Yes, you do.
agency.
Yes, you do. You do want to say that. Yes, you do.
You want to say agreement?
I want you to say agreement. Yes. So it's method, adaptability, relationship, intention, and agreement. Okay.
Method, adaptability, relationship, intention, and agreement.
Excellent. Good. So what's a trade fixture then?
Dentist chairs and things that are going to be moving with uh, the professional or whatever is previously holding.
Good. So it's meant for a business. A trade fixture is meant for a business,
Yes.
like a dentist chair. So a trade fixture is actually personal property because it goes with the business owner. Okay. Do
Yes.
you know any of these other terms here that we're looking at?
Um, Riparian rights are for water usage, correct?
Good. So you have riparian rights and you have littoral rights.
Are littoral like lakes
Good.
and larger bodies of water,
Excellent. And riparians for like a river.
like
Riparian river, riparian.
river and streams and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Good. Appurtenance. Or do you know any of this? Do you tell me which one you know here? What do you think?
I know freehold estate, free sample.
Okay, so let's start with that. Freehold. What's a freehold estate?
It's what most people want. They want to have their estate outright, correct? Uh, Excluding paying taxes, you don't have anything else on it.
Well, that's a fee
Or is
simple
that a fee
absolute.
simple?
A freehold's more general.
Oh,
A freehold is just unlimited in duration. Okay?
oh, okay.
Yeah, you were describing a fee simple estate when you were talking about, absolute ownership. Fee simple absolute. Okay?
Okay. And then defeasible is there's a rule that you can't do something specific on that property, otherwise it reverts back to someone who owned it, right?
Good. So the
Or,
estate could be defeated, would be the way to remember that. Excellent.
okay.
Life estate?
You're gonna will it after you die and goes to your
Yeah.
heirs.
No, 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 no. Even simpler. A
No?
life estate just means the ownership is based upon somebody else's life.
Okay.
So don't overthink things. Like there are times it's good, but sometimes it's just a real simple answer. Okay? So life
All right.
estate's just based upon somebody else's life.
Less than freehold estate is um, well, the two that you have below it, which is estate for years.
Well, what's a less than freehold
It's
estate,
it's like
more generally speaking? What do you
it's
think?
it's like renting.
Yeah, it's a lease. It's a lease. Good.
It's a lease. Okay.
So, estate for years, what's that?
That's I'm gonna rent it for this amount of time, and then it's over, let's say July
Excellent.
the
Good. So it's for
1st.
a defined period of time. Good work.
Yes.
Estate at sufferance, what's that?
Your tenant won't leave.
Right. So you're suffering. The landlord's suffering. How annoying.
Yeah. Poor guy can't make any profit.
Right. There's another one here which I didn't write in, which I'll write in right now. Periodic tenancy. What's that?
Um, uh, Periodic tenancy. I do not know.
That's like month to month.
Oh, it's typically what most people have.
Right, exactly.
As
It's month to month.
okay. All right. I'll try to remember that.
Yeah. Okay, good. And a percentage lease, what's that? What do you think that is?
Mm, that makes me think of uh, like is that something to do with when when you lease something and it's for like a business and they make money or they
Excellent.
pay?
Good. Yeah, it's for a business, and you're paying a percentage of your gross receipts. You're paying a percentage of what you're making.
All right. All right.
That's good. Excellent. And title, what's title?
Title would be your you're owning it.
Good. It's ownership. Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice job. Okay.
All right.
So here's what I'm thinking at this point. We went through a bunch of stuff. We did a crossword, did some terms. I have a pretty good idea of where you're at with everything. What do you say we leave it here for now and we do another webinar in a little bit before your exam?
Any day.
Well, we'll do great. All right. For now, this is Joe from PrepAgent with my friend Matthew, and hope everybody enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, write it in the comments below. Thanks, everybody. Say goodbye, Matthew.
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you.
There you go.